So this week's Blender tutorial, we are going to create a little character. We're going to start just with a default cube, and we'll do everything that we need to make a character. It won't be fantastic, but it'll be enough to give you the idea of how to make something better than what we do in this tutorial. So if we start with a cube, let's add a subdivision surface modifier that's Control and 2. We right click and go shade smooth. We've got a sphere that is still a cube, because if you press tab to toggle, you can still see it's just very, very simple, just 8 vertices, but it's rounded to make it smooth. Next thing we're going to do is add another modifier. You can see this subdivision surface modifier on here already. Let's add a mirror. So we add a modifier, and it's this one here, and it's mirrored in the X axis. That means that if we make a change in the X-axis, it's going to change it in both sides. So you only have to change one side of your character, and it'll be symmetrical. So that means we want the X-axis, the red line, to go left and right, so that when we make some changes, it's going to change both sides for us like that. Okay. So let's help do that again without the waffle. Don't want to save that. Control 2, make it smooth, add a modifier that is a mirror, and we're ready to go. We've got the red line going horizontally across. Right, let's go into edit mode by pressing tab. This time, if we press 3 on your keyboard to select the faces, then we can work with this. So I'm going to extrude this up. Let's pretend this is the bottom, the bum of the character. I'm going to extrude with E, and then maybe press S to scale it in for the waist, E to scale up, and then E to extrude and S to scale. That's going to be the shoulders, and then E to extrude, scale. That's going to be the neck, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, and that'll do. That's kind of the torso. Next, let's get the shoulder. So on the side, if we E to extrude out, the arms are going to be really thick, and we don't want that. Let's make it small, and this time S to scale, but we'll scale it in the green direction, which is Y. So S, let go, and then Y, let go, and then we can E to extrude. That'll be to the elbow. Extrude again. Maybe make it a bit smaller with S. E to extrude. And then we can come out to the wrist. Now, my anatomy is not right. Obviously, it looks dodgy. You can play around until it looks a bit better. I don't mind too much about realism at the moment. I just want it to be fairly simple. So the wrists, I'll scale it in. E to extrude. I might make the hands a bit bigger to be cartoony until I've got a blob. Let's pull a thumb out. So E to extrude. S to scale, and then E to extrude. That just looks weird with a thumb sticking out directly upwards. But never mind. E to extrude. This time I'll right-click and subdivide. And if you change the subdivision properties, you can get lots more cuts. And now we should be able to get some fingers. So help, I don't want all of those. Control Z. Let's just get one of them. That's better. I can pull out fingers. And notice it's being mirrored on the other side, which is nice. It takes some getting used to, and I know it's not very realistic, but hey, who cares? It's all just a bit of fun. Right, this time I'm going to grab it and move it in the Y direction until it's kind of in there. Right, what can we do now? We need some legs. This is a problem, because if I pull this down and grab it to the side, that's going to be weird. I don't want to do that. So let's use our loop cut. Control and R is your keyboard shortcut. If you press Control and R and then hover over any edge, that's just a line, it lets you slice it. So I want to hover over this line at the bottom, click, and I want it to be directly in the middle, so I'm not going to click, I'm going to press Escape, S, top left. That's got a loop cut going all the way through. It's like someone's taken an axe and chopped our character in half. Don't try that at home. Then go back to face mode, that's pressing 3. With this bit selected, I can extrude that and drag it down. That's better. S to scale, Y axis, and then we can E to extrude. That's the thigh. E to extrude for the knee. S to scale, E to extrude, and then grab the front bit and pull it out. We've got ourselves a character. How are we doing for time? Probably really badly. Oh, we've had 5 minutes already. So I'll get you started on the materials, and I'll let you try and finish, and we'll see who's going to make the best character. So let's go into our viewpoint shading. Make a material for the skin. Double click to change it and change the base color to something skin-like. You can choose whichever skin tone you like. Then I'm going to get all the bits that are clothing related. So I'm just going to get anything and press Control and plus on the numpad, which selects anything close to it. Help. Let's try again. Come on, Blender, you can do this. Control and plus. I don't want that bit. Let's try on the torso and Control and plus. There we go. Maybe that bit too. But don't want that bit selected. Okay, well, instead, let's try box select with B. Can we drag to get those? We can, but it's only got the bits at the front. So I'm going to press A to select nothing, Z to go wireframe. And if we're in wireframe, we can do box select to select everything. There we go. I want all of these to be a different color. Z, material preview. Let's make a new material. In a new material slot, double click and call it clothes. What color will the clothes be? Well, you can choose. And then assign it to the selected things. So, I mean, it's not great. You've got some time to Shift A and add a cube, GZ, grab it in. Because we've got a mirror modifier, if you move it across to the sides, that will be duplicated as well. It's all about experimenting, getting used to three-dimensional space, creating different materials until you're happy with what you've got. So I'm going to call this eyes, assign that. You can even grab an extra little bit, scale it down, pull it out. It's going to look a bit weird, but that's going to be the pupils. You get the idea. So the competition to see who can make the best humanoid style character. Doesn't have to be animated today. We'll focus on that next time. See if you can get different materials for clothing and skin. See if you can get some hair coming out. You just extrude. My goodness, it's like a mutant alien bunny. But remember, you can right click and subdivide. And that's how you can get like spiky hair coming out. Have a play. See what you can create. I'm sure you can do a better job than me. Let's go.